UFOs, civil rights, and Margot Robbie are all on this day. Hey, welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is July 2nd. It is the 27th Thursday of 2020. It is also the 12th day of summer. There's only 82 days left until fall. If today's your birthday, your birthstone is a ruby or an onyx. You get to choose, I guess. Today is World UFO Day. The World UFO Day was first celebrated in 2001. The aim of this observance is to raise awareness of the potential of objects flying in the sky that do not belong to humans. The observance occurs every year on July 2nd, so if you've ever worn a tinfoil hat, you are all about today. All right, let's see what else July 2nd has given us. 1776, the American Revolution. The Continental Congress adopts a resolution severing ties with the Kingdom of Great Britain. This was the formal Declaration of Independence, but it was not published until July 4th. 1921, World War I. U.S. President Warren G. Harding signs the Knox-Porter Resolution, formally ending the war between the United States and Germany. Almost 20 years later, Germany decided they didn't like our arrangement and started their BS again. And now we know things like Blitzkrieg and D-Day, things like that. 1934, the Night of the Long Knives ends. It started on June 30th. This was a purge that took place in Nazi Germany. Hitler ordered a series of political executions intended to consolidate his power and settle old scores. At least 85 people died during the purge, although the final death toll may have been in the hundreds. They're really not sure. Basically, he was totally paranoid and thought all kinds of things were happening, and he just got rid of any competition he could find, and also got rid of the people that he had had problems with before. That is very much broad brushing it. 1937, Amelia Earhart and navigator Fred Noonan are last heard from over the Pacific Ocean while attempting to make the first equatorial round-the-world flight, meaning they followed the equator. That's a really sad story. It's just so weird. They have no idea what happened to these two. There's all kinds of conspiracy theories, and people think they know, and I've watched it over the years, and I've watched plenty of shows, read a couple articles, and I think I read a book in the 80s on it, but they just don't know for sure. Weird. It's always stuck in my head, that one. 1962, the first Walmart store opens for business in Rogers, Arkansas. It had been there since 1945, but it was owned by someone else, and it was called Ben Franklin's at the time. Their new business plan was selling products at low prices to get a higher volume of sales at a lower profit margin. This was, sold to the public as a crusade for the average Joe, We're Walmart and we're just here to help you out. 1964, Civil Rights Movement. U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson signs the Civil Rights Act of 1964, meant to prohibit segregation in public places. This came about because of a ton of protesting over several years. They had demonstrations all over the place. It was turmoil in this country, and they got it done. 1976, end of South Vietnam. Communist North Vietnam annexes the former South Vietnam to form the Unified Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Yeah, that happened. These days it's just Vietnam. But technically it's still the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Everyone just calls it Vietnam. 2001, the first self-contained artificial heart is implanted in a patient. This was the first one that you could actually put in a person's body. The downside is, it was only good for about 18 months, which kind of sucks. I think my TV's got 18 more months than that. 2002, Steve Fossett becomes the first person to fly solo around the world nonstop in a balloon. He launched a 10-story high balloon called Spirit of Freedom from Northam, Western Australia on June 19th, 2002, and returned to Australia on July 2nd, 2002, subsequently landing in Queensland. The duration of the solo balloon flight was 13 days, 8 hours, and 33 minutes. Now, this guy, Steve Fossett, died in the Sierra Nevada mountains in California in 2007, so 5 years later. The thing is, they didn't find him for a really long time. On Monday, September 3rd, 2007, Fossett took a single-engine Super Decathlon light aircraft from the Flying M Ranch private airstrip near Smith Valley, Nevada, and took off towards California. They never heard from him again. They assumed he crashed, and they searched for the longest time. It wasn't until almost a year later they actually found his plane, and this is the thing that sucks. They found his bones different places. Obviously, he'd crashed, he'd died in the plane, and over the year, animals had come and, carried parts of him off and, eaten him. It was pretty sad. It was weird. I remember them looking for him. That would have to suck, being trapped in an airplane, then animals come eat you. Movies released on July 2nd, 1980. One of my favorite all-time comedies, Airplane. Leslie Nielsen, just a phenomenal movie. 1991, Boys in the Hood, Cuba Gooding Jr., Ice-T, and a whole bunch of other people. Great epic movie. And in 1997, we got the original Men in Black. If you don't love Men in Black, there's something wrong with you. That is a great movie. And one of my favorite all-time movies, Spider-Man Far From Home in 2019. Now, I have this weird thing where I collect Spider-Man villain stuff. I like Spider-Man, but not really. I love all his villains. If you go back and look, anyone that got into comic books when they were a kid or whatever, Spider-Man has the best villains of any comic book. Born on July 2nd. This is like hot young actress day, I guess. I don't know. Well, very young to me. 1985, Ashley Tisdale, American actress, singer, and producer. During her childhood, Tisdale was featured on 100 commercials and had minor roles in television. She didn't get big until The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody in 2005 to 2008. And then High School Musical series. 1986, Lindsay Lohan is born. American actress and singer and child star and troubled starlet for quite a while there. I think she's got her life together a little bit now. She was having some problems. 1990, one of the most attractive actresses going today, Margot Robbie. She's an Australian actress and producer. She is best known for her role in Mary Queen of Scots, which I never saw, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I've seen, and as Harley Quinn in The Suicide Squad, which she played a really good role there. That was 2016. Died on July 2nd, 1961, Ernest Hemingway, American novelist, short story writer, and journalist. He was a Nobel Prize laureate. Hemingway produced most of his work between the mid-1920s and the mid-1950s. He published 7 novels, 6 short story collections, and 2 nonfiction works. Many of his works are considered American classic literature. He died at the age of 61 due to suicide. Islands in the Stream, which was actually published 9 years after his death in 1970, is one of my favorite all-time books. I even like the movie they made about it with George C. Scott, I believe, played the main character. Great movie. All right, that is today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. If this is your first time here, please feel free to subscribe, give the video a big thumbs up, tell me what you thought in the comment section below. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.